Plastic tumbled across the oval, being carried by the winter breeze. A maintenance guy reluctantly trotted through the barren wasteland at Xavier College. After a long day of children screaming out their lungs and kiddos working, he sighed to himself, looking out at the leftover pests. Cats fighting over bread crust, ducks leading their ducklings through the hazardous oval, and a mouse scurrying into a Willie's bag stuffed under the bridge. What? It has been 6 hours since he has painlessly picked up rubbish under the harsh sun, and the school has already been trashed? Pick up the rubbish, Tate.
The only rubbish I pick up is...
Guys?
What?
We're live.
We're live!
Oh, hi, and welcome to the Xavier Scoop. My name is Tate, and today I'm here with Grace and Aurelia. Today we're going to be talking about how people litter everywhere, how we should use bins, and how... Get me some Coke Zero, you servant!
Howdy.
As I was saying, how we should bring nude food to school. We will also be interviewing the groundsman about the importance of keeping the school shiny. Right now, it's currently 2:41 p.m. and we are currently in our school podcasting room.
Before we begin today, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge the custodians of our land we meet on today, the Kaurna people. Kaurna people, we acknowledge. Kaurna land, we recognise. Aboriginal and Zenith Kes people, formerly Torres Strait Islanders peoples. We acknowledge. Our respect.
Do you remember when our school was always clean?
I don't think it was ever...
Well, I mean, when it was kind of like a while ago, it was clean because we all weren't so... I guess we kind of...
Didn't we have the separate bins that...
Yeah, we did. I don't know. When we were little, we were just like a lot more well-behaved, I guess.
Yeah.
And we would actually... Because we didn't know kind of the cycle that a lot of kids do nowadays, as in, oh, someone tells me to put my rubbish in the bin, I'm not going to put my rubbish in the bin. Whereas then we were very well-behaved and we were like, oh, an adult is telling me to put my rubbish in the bin. I'll put it in the bin.
Well, keeping a clean school is important because it helps keep students and teachers healthy by preventing the spread of germs and illnesses. It also creates a safe and comfortable learning environment where everyone can focus better. A clean school shows respect for the place and the people in it, encouraging pride and responsibility among students. Lastly, it makes the school look welcoming and helps everyone feel happier to be there.
Back onto the coloured bins topic, because, remember it. What happened to it? Why would they get rid of that? Because I think it was working pretty well.
Yeah, those coloured bins were really helping
Yeah,
the
they were
school.
good.
Yeah.
They kind of just made it look like a lot more happy and not as beige and boring.
And it gave us more sense of organisation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, it's so pretty. And then, I don't know, I guess it kind of just was programmed into our brains. Pop it in the pretty bin.
Since we were talking about the bins, I have this memory when I was in year 3, when we had this thing called environmental. Do you guys remember
Yes,
the
and they would
environmental?
pick leaders every year. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
would go around the schools, empty out the rubbish bins. They don't do that anymore, which is kind of sad
Wait.
because that really made us want to pick up rubbish.
I remember doing the compost and having to put it in the garden bins.
Yeah.
Because we had to take it out of the green bins.
Yeah.
Guys, do you remember when every year we had a golden bin and it
Yes.
went to the
Yeah.
person to the class that did the most cleaning up?
Yeah, that picked up the most pieces of rubbish, which really encouraged us to want to pick up more rubbish because we're like, we get a pizza party if we get the most golden bins. Because every week assembly, they'll give us, the class who picks up the most pieces of rubbish, a golden bin. And it was really exciting because we were like, we won the pizza party!
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We're trying to figure out how to stop our school from being such a, I don't know, I'm just going to go out and say it, a rubbish dump. I'm here to talk about how we can stop littering, be less lazy, and why it's important to keep our environment and community fresh. Have you ever thought about how much trash we make every day at school?
I think it might be a little bit, since sometimes people...
We have a lot of packaging that just gets either we say it falls out of our lunchbox, but really we're just too lazy and kind of just sneakily drop it out of our pockets.
Sometimes people stuff it under the bridge.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Next to the summit, there's 2 shipping containers that hold chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
And down the side of there, it looks like a rubbish dump.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, I think one of the groundskeepers have been slowly chipping away at it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. One simple way to reduce this is by choosing nude foods. Snacks without packaging, bringing fruits, veggies, or homemade treats in reusable containers, which means less plastic and less trash in our bins and landfills. which basically means all sorts cutting down on
Plastic and stuff.
plastic and plastic pollution and a lot of rubbish that is going into our environment at the moment and making it very bad, but that's very good. So this not only helps the environment by cutting pollution, but also encourages healthier eating and can save a lot of money. If our whole school switched to nude foods, our campus would be a lot cleaner, greener, and set a great example.
Yeah, but the problem is lots of food is pre-packaged and lots of parents don't have the time to, like, put stuff in their kids' lunchboxes.
Yeah.
So I guess the simplest way is to just give kids motivation to put stuff in the bin.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of like the golden bin thing that we did.
Yeah. If our school cleans up but other places don't, what's the point?
That's a really good question, Aurelia. But something like Nude Food Day is a great thing to do. So basically, change often starts small. A question earlier. Change often starts small. Our school can be the spark that inspires others. When people see how easy and rewarding it is to pick up these little bits of rubbish, these habits can spread beyond campus to homes and communities. Over time, small actions like ours can influence companies. Even if it won't happen overnight, but over time, we will eventually influence others, which will be very good. Today we're here with Dave and Dean, our maintenance team. Today we have some questions for you guys, but first I'm Grace.
I'm Aurelia.
And I'm Tate.
Nice to meet you all.
Good afternoon.
You too.
Do you think kids take rubbish seriously at our school?
A lot of kids don't, but I think there are a few that really do care about it. We've had a few that help volunteer to pick up rubbish with us sometimes or on their own, which is nice. But there are a lot of kids that just drop stuff at their feet when there's a bin 2 feet away from them, so which is a little bit annoying.
A little bit lazy.
Yeah.
A little bit lazy. There's plenty of bins throughout the school, but yeah, some just don't bother using them.
Yeah.
Do you find that the rubbish in the school is the messiest? When do you find that?
Probably after our lunch breaks are the most, when everyone obviously eats their lunch and the wrappers for their food.
Lots of lunch order wrappers.
Yeah, and windy days too. Sometimes rubbish can blow out the bin even, or from the neighbouring school. So, and then it accumulates in corners or certain parts of the school. But yeah, I think after lunch is probably the worst times.
Yeah.
Do you think that the rubbish from the other school blows over a lot?
Not a lot. We're probably lucky with the wind direction.
Yeah.
Our rubbish goes more to their school, which is probably not a good thing. But
And we also got the shade cloths up along the fences so rubbish can't go through.
yeah,
Wait, when did you install that?
it's been there before I was here, so maybe a year ago.
Yeah, probably about 12 months ago, yeah.
What is the weirdest rubbish items that you've ever found at our campus?
Found a couple of dead animals.
Oh my
which is
gosh.
unfortunate, but wild animals. And probably a lot of lunch boxes and toys, lots of random toys.
Yeah, it's amazing how many lunch boxes you find. You think if you eat your lunch, you've got your lunch box, why don't you take it away with you again? So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But yeah, nothing too weird that you wouldn't expect to find out of school.
Did you ever see any McDonald's bags around?
No,
Fast food
haven't
bags?
seen yet, no.
Yeah, I've seen a few McDonald's things like cups and that, so I'm not sure if it's when they come in the morning or parents drop it or something as well. So
Maybe from the street.
could be from the street, yeah.
Yeah.
Knives and forks on the oval.
Oh yeah, a lot of knives and
I
forks.
see lots of spoons.
Yeah,
lots of
spoons.
metal
Yeah.
spoons around.
Yeah.
What is your most disturbing encounter with rubbish?
Where do we start with this one? Probably the toilet with toilet paper and stuff.
we'll just leave it at stuff.
Yeah. It's but you know, it can get messy in there, and but I think the most disturbing is just when you see large amounts of rubbish. Then it's probably in a bin when a bin's left over the weekend. And it really rots. There's someone's put food in there and it's rotten and stinky after a hot
yucky.
day, and it's all ants. And you pull the bag out and the bag explodes and goes all over your feet, and you got to spend the next 10, 20 minutes trying to clean that rubbish up. So, even if someone puts something in the bin, like a box, and it rips the bag, we don't know. We pull the bag up and rubbish goes everywhere.
Oh no.
So sometimes it can get very stinky and dirty.
Yeah, so like you said, putting boxes in there, like full boxes, just tears the bags, which is sometimes it's best if it's left alongside the bin so we can just pick it up to make it easier.
Why do you think there's so much rubbish?
That's a good question.
I think there's so much rubbish because these days everything's individually packed. Where years ago parents would put a handful of stuffing in the lunchbox. Now everything's in little chip packets, there's little yogurt things. The amount of caps that you find off the yogurt containers are everywhere. Little sauce containers, things like that. Just everything's individual. So
and throwaway.
Yeah.
So I think like if there was more opportunity to reuse your Tupperware containers or buy bulk food, say if your parents bought bulk food and repackaged it, so
like nude food.
Do you think that if a couple of years ago when there was less packaging around, do you think it would be less messy around the school?
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
I think most of our rubbish we pick up is individually packaged food, like muesli bar wrappers or yogurt tops and just little plastic bits and pieces.
And it's not only just the packet. When they rip the packet open, they drop the part they've ripped off plus the packet. So you got two bits of rubbish instead of one. So you got these little bits everywhere floating around.
Yeah.
So that'd make a huge difference. And they always talk about the environment, how plastic's bad for it, but
They never do anything.
they don't. Well, I said with those little yogurt tubes that you squeeze, the plastic cap on there is huge, and that's a lot of plastic there. So
Yeah. Sorry.
Does it hurt your back when you pick it all the rubbish up, or do you have like those tools?
We have little claw things that saves us bending over every time, because that would be painful if we had to bend over. Which is why sometimes in the morning we go around blow, but if we were to pick up every bit of rubbish that we walk past, we would be there all morning. So we would go around later with the claw and a bin and pick it all up.
Yeah.
So save us bending over every 5 metres.
So do you like it when like the school has a clean up thing?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. And I think the children too would appreciate, like, if you're going to drop on the ground, they wouldn't probably pick it up if they know they've got to pick it. Or they wouldn't drop it in the first place if they knew they had to pick it up later. So it makes people a bit more aware of where they drop it and what they drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is rubbish bad for the environment?
Well,
microplastics.
Yeah, plastics don't break down. A lot of those chip packets got foil lining inside, which doesn't break down. So you got all this rubbish going into the ground.
And the waterways.
In the waterways,
And once that rubbish, if the plastics get into the waterways, it eventually breaks down. The sun breaks it down. You get microplastics. You got turtles, dolphins that think it's jellyfish.
Yeah.
And they'll eat it. And if the longer it gets there, it breaks down, and sorry, I'm probably getting a bit carried away here. It's a good subject I like, but it's and then your krill will eat it as well, and that gets into your whole food chain, and then then the fish eat the krill, and we eat the fish,
and
then we end up with microplastics in ourselves, and it's a real problem. Like, there's massive islands of rubbish in the ocean, and it's just like bigger than some countries, so that's a real problem.
Have you ever seen an island?
Island of rubbish?
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually. I don't think I want to, but
it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah. I read on the internet one day there was this the biggest rubbish pile in the ocean could wrap around the Earth 2 times, and I thought that was crazy that humans could do that to our Earth.
Well, you can see, like, walk around the school, you see how much rubbish is here. Now you times that by the number of people in the world. It's a lot of rubbish getting put out there, and it's getting more and more because everything's throwaway these days. You buy something, you throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think, like, it's surprising how far your rubbish can travel. Like, once it gets into the ocean, the currents can take it all around the world. I was working in Antarctica for 12 months.
Oh, wow.
And there were scientists that were recording the amount of microplastics in the ocean there, and that affects the krill and the whales. And it was incredible how much they were finding, and they're so far away from any civilization, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could suggest one change to reduce the amount of rubbish in our school, what would it be and why?
Stop buying individually packed food.
Or if you do, just put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin.
Yeah.
That's the easiest.
Is that
problem.
simple, really?
Yeah.
It is very simple.
Yeah. just everyone. I think we just got to make people more aware. Yeah, or put it back in your take it home, put it back in your lunchbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, if you don't eat your lunch, take it home with you or do something. Because it's amazing how much food gets thrown in the bin that people don't even eat.
You might be able to recycle it better when you take it home too, because we don't.
Yeah, because we can't go through all the bins where they can separate the plastics, they separate the green waste, separate everything.
Do you think like paper packaging would be better, or just no packaging at all?
Oh, it'd definitely be better. Still uses a lot of water and resources to make paper, but it's definitely a lot better than plastic.
Yeah, a lot of things can't be put in paper, unfortunately, but it's still better than plastic.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us with our podcast today of Our School is Not Your Rubbish Dump.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
Thanks for the questions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
If you would like to hear more episodes from Xavier Evanston, you can check them out at our own podcast page. The link is in the show notes for this episode. This podcast was produced by Tate, Aurelia and Grace for Xavier College. Thanks for listening. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel to hear heaps of other Xavier Scoop episodes. Bye guys!
Love you. Have fun. See you next episode. Woo! Mwah. All right. See you guys.